Hey everybody, it's Andrew with Right Foot Down, and today we've got something very special. We've got a 2014 BMW M5, courtesy of our friends at Pure Pursuit Automotive in Kansas City, Missouri. So feel free to go check them out and thank them for supporting us. So we did a little bit of a transit stage on the way down here to some decent roads and initial impressions. If you dial everything in comfort, it's surprisingly comfortable. A lot of compliance. You still get a fair bit of road noise from the thin sidewall and a bit of vibration, but if you dial everything into comfort, you get a fair amount of body roll, dial some more compliance into the ride. So better than I expected, to be honest, for something of this nature. But a car like this is not about comfort, it's about performance. So we're gonna see what that is all about. So I will say, this car does not particularly like going slowly, even at very partial throttle in conservative settings. The traction control is very easy to get to step in, just rolling away from a stoplight. Merging onto the highway, it can get a little sideways on you, but such is the nature of it. This particular car is not stock. Doesn't have much done to it. It's got an ECU tune and then catless downpipes. So a bit more performance, breathes a little bit better, and then the noise levels are significantly higher. Let's go ahead and slow down. Let this car in front of us move a little bit. So, yeah, it's got some juice to it. Makes a little bit of noise. The steering is nice and weighty, typical BMW. In the interest of full disclosure, I'm a little bit of a BMW fanboy. I've just always liked the steering feel in them. It's nice and weighty, very direct. Even in the comfort steering mode, you still get a lot of directness in the wheel. It makes it a little less twitchy if you dial it all the way down, but never gets sloppy on you. And thankfully, this car in front of us is going to get out of the way, which is very nice of them. Now, as you've noticed, this car does not have a manual transmission, which is a little disappointing, but it's the nature of the world these days. However, BMW's dual clutch, the DSG in this, is one of my favorite transmissions if you're not going full manual. In a lot of the Mercedes, there's a very noticeable delay in between pulling the paddle shifter and you actually getting a shift, because they're still torque converter slush boxes. But with a dual clutch, the rate at which it will change gears is really hard to complain about. No, it's not as direct as having a clutch pedal, but in all honesty, it's probably faster than you can do it yourself. So it's really hard to fault them for that. And the M5 at the end of the day is supposed to be a combination of performance and street ability. So with having a dual clutch, you can put everything in automatic. That noise never gets old. You can put everything in automatic and it's very compliant. Or you can get a little rowdy with it and do the work yourself. Now, as you've noticed, we're not going too crazy on this drive. There are a few reasons. One, as I've stated, this car is not ours. It is actually for sale. So it's really bad form to screw up somebody's car that was nice enough to let you put a couple miles on it. On the other hand, it is currently 38 degrees outside. 38 degrees with performance tires is a fairly dangerous combination. Now, something the M5 does have that I am a sucker for is it's got a heads-up display, which some people may think is a little gimmicky. I do not. It allows you to be able to keep both eyes up on the road. You're not having to, keep looking around or glancing down at the gauges. You can just keep staring straight ahead. You will see what, especially if you're in M mode and you look ahead, you will see your speed, the speed limit of the road, your RPMs, and then you get these little shift lights at the top. So all your pertinent information just right up where you need it. So, as I said in my article on the 370Z, finding good roads in the Midwest, especially on truncated time frames, is a little difficult. Hence why we're just kind of doing a once and back up this little stretch of road here. But the M5 is, it's hard for me to even put in words just how quite good this car is. I'm sorry, there's a tunnel, so I'm gonna be real childish for a second, but what are you gonna do? As I said, the rate at which this car picks up speed is just mind-boggling. Like, it's a very good thing that it displays your current speed as well as the current speed limit in the heads-up display, because it is really hard to keep this thing at quasi-legal speeds. It's not really a car designed for putting around town. Yes, it will do that, but it's a car designed for the Autobahn. It's a car designed for the track. It's a car designed for excessive rates of speed, which is why I like it so much. But if you get tired of acting like a child, which I don't really know why you would, because listen to the noises, that's fantastic. If you do get tired of all that, you can set everything back in comfort, turn on the stereo, engage your heated seats, and it's just a comfortable commuter car. The M5 isn't a pure sports car in the direct sense of the word. It's a GT car. It's designed to cover vast quantities of distance at incredibly high rates of speed, which it does very well. It's designed that you can commute from Frankfurt to Munich with not a care in the world. Bomb along down the Autobahn at $150 all day. It will not break a sweat. At city speeds, it almost feels like you're idling around town. At 60 miles an hour in top gear, which is 7th in this, ridiculous, you're turning 1,500 RPM, so you're barely breathing on it. But that's not really the point. So to wrap things up before we get back to kind of more civilized areas here, M5, really goddamn fast. This one, pretty goddamn loud. And just a damn nice place to be.